Have you ever felt like you're just stuck, or maybe like you keep hitting the same wall when you try to achieve something?
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's, learning English or maybe starting a business or even just trying to build up some confidence.
A really common frustration.
It really is. And our deep dive today, well, it's all about unpacking why that happens and, crucially, how we can actually break free.
Because it's usually not about lacking smarts or luck. Right.
Exactly. Our sources suggest it's something much more fundamental.
Hmm.
The core idea we found really is that success in pretty much any area seems to hinge on like three connected things:
Hmm.
your mindset,
Right.
the specific language you use, both internally and externally, and your daily habits.
Mm.
Simple but powerful stuff.
Definitely.
So, our mission for this deep dive is to pull out those key insights, those little nuggets that can help you transform how you approach things.
That's it.
We'll look at some common traps, get into some really fascinating psychology.
Yeah, the brain science behind it is interesting.
Totally. And the surprising role language, specifically English, in this context can play in like literally rewiring your brain for success.
Okay, let's do it.
So let's jump in. We often think people fail because they lack talent, maybe, or resources.
That's the common narrative.
Right. But our sources really emphasize that's usually not the main reason. The
Mhm.
real traps are often more internal, insidious.
Yeah, things we do to ourselves almost.
Exactly. We're talking about, procrastination, that constant comparing yourself to others.
Ugh, the comparison trap. It's brutal.
It really is. Or maybe the biggest one, waiting for motivation to just appear instead of, building momentum yourself.
Waiting for the muse.
Yeah, I've definitely seen this. I remember a student telling me, I'll start really learning English when I feel ready.
Ah, the when I feel ready line.
Right, when that perfect wave of inspiration hits. That was 2 years ago now.
Oh, wow.
And sadly, that student is still waiting, still kind of stuck. Have you ever felt that way yourself, that need to feel ready?
Oh, for sure. And that student story, it really hits home for so many people. What's fascinating is what the research, like from Stanford, shows us about the why.
Okay.
The fear of failure isn't just like a bad feeling. It actually triggers your brain's threat system.
The threat system.
Yeah, it activates the amygdala. It's almost like your brain sees failure as a physical danger. So you get this powerful urge to avoid it.
Wow, okay. That makes sense.
But here's the key difference our sources point out.
Mhm.
Successful people, they don't somehow not feel fear. They reframe failure.
Consciously.
Reframing. How so?
Well, instead of seeing it as this, dead end or proof they aren't good enough, they see it as feedback, really valuable feedback.
That's a huge difference, isn't it? Like Thomas Edison.
Exactly, the classic example.
He famously said, what was it? I didn't fail. I found 1,000 ways that didn't work before the light bulb moment.
Precisely. He saw every failure as data.
So imagine if someone listening right now started seeing their English mistakes or, any stumble the same way.
As just data points, not these huge personal failures. How much faster could that change things for them?
It's transformative because it shifts your brain literally out of that fight or flight threat mode
Okay.
and into a learning and growth mode.
Yeah.
It engages the prefrontal cortex, the part you need for problem solving, for adapting.
So it's about changing the story you tell yourself.
Exactly. It's fundamentally about that internal narrative.
Yeah.
And our sources actually give specific phrases.
Mhm.
It's not just vague, think positive stuff.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Well, specific language designed to help rewire your thinking, to consciously change that inner voice.
Gotcha. So instead of thinking, I failed at that presentation.
You'd consciously tell yourself, I'm learning from that presentation, not failing.
Okay. I'm learning, not failing. I like that.
Or, instead of chasing this impossible idea of perfection that just freezes you.
Right. Which is paralyzing.
Totally. You reframe it. I make progress, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection.
And maybe if you slip up, miss a day of practice instead of beating yourself up.
Which is easy to do.
So easy. The reminder is, I'm consistent, not perfect. It acknowledges effort over flawlessness.
These feel like cognitive tools almost, not just empty affirmations.
That's exactly what they are. Tools to redirect your neural pathways.
Which leads us perfectly into these mindset shifts and that whole idea of neuroplasticity.
Right.
Because when you start changing that inner language, it's not just words. Your actions, and yeah, eventually your English fluency, they actually start to change too.
The inner change fuels the outer change.
Yeah, and our sources point out what successful English learners often do differently. They speak even when they're nervous.
They push through the discomfort.
They do, and they make a point of celebrating the small wins, not just waiting for the big breakthrough.
Acknowledging the steps along the way.
Exactly. And crucially, they treat mistakes like teachers, not enemies.
Seeing them as opportunities.
Yeah, it's worth remembering, right? Every single fluent speaker was once a beginner.
Absolutely.
They just didn't stop.
And connecting this to the science, it's not just, feel-good motivation. It's grounded in neuroplasticity.
Okay, explain that a bit more. Neuroplasticity.
Sure. It's basically your brain's incredible ability to physically change and reorganize itself based on experience.
Okay.
So every time you actively learn something new, like you practice an English phrase or push yourself to speak, you're not just absorbing information, you're literally strengthening connections between neurons.
Synapses firing.
Exactly. You're building denser pathways in the parts of your brain handling language, memory, attention, even confidence through the prefrontal cortex.
So consistent practice physically changes your brain.
It physically makes your brain more efficient at those tasks. It's a real, tangible transformation happening inside your head.
That's actually incredible to think about. Your brain literally reshaping itself. Wow.
It is pretty amazing.
And to make this really concrete, our sources shared a mini case study. Maria.
Ah, yes, Maria's story.
She's 45, started as a complete beginner, and she wasn't looking for some magic bullet.
No quick fix.
No. She just decided to learn one new English phrase a day. Just one. For 6 months.
Simple but consistent.
Totally consistent. No big fancy course, no huge time commitment that feels overwhelming. Just that small daily action.
And the result?
Well, now she gives basic presentations at work. In English. Confidently.
That's fantastic. It really shows the power of chipping away at it.
It really does. Her story just highlights that breakthroughs often come from that sheer consistency, right? Not waiting for perfection or some massive, intimidating course.
It's the compound effect of those small daily steps. That's often the real secret sauce.
Yeah, the cumulative effect. That's the game changer.
Mm-hmm.
So what does this all boil down to for you listening? Our deep dive today, I think, really shows that language isn't just for talking to people.
Right. It's much more than that.
It's a profound tool for transformation. It's how you can reshape your inner world.
Your mindset, your beliefs.
Exactly. And by doing that, you change your external reality, including how well you learn and grow.
And I'd add that learning English, specifically, can be this amazing vehicle for personal growth.
How so?
Well, beyond just the practical skill, the process of learning a language like English,
Yeah.
it teaches you patience, definitely.
Yeah. Lots of patience.
Persistence. And I think personal power. You face challenges, you overcome them, you build resilience. It broadens you.
That's a great point. It's a journey that builds more than just vocabulary.
For sure.
Okay, so here's your challenge then, based on everything we've dug into.
Right.
Start before you feel perfectly ready.
Crucial.
Speak even when it feels hard, when your voice trembles a bit.
Embrace the discomfort.
And keep going. Even when it feels like no one notices your progress, keep taking those small steps.
Because that's how you succeed.
That's how you succeed, not just in English, really, but in life.
Well said.
So maybe something to reflect on. What's one mindset shift you're working on right now?